We can't hear you if you're speaking. Sometimes when this happens, if you log entirely out of the meeting and log back in, you'll be able to, that'll get it to work. Why don't you try that? I'll watch you in the watch for you to come in the waiting room. Good morning. Ms. Gaffin, can you hear me? You're muted. There you go.
Good morning. I can hear you. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. Good morning. Phillips Lane Township is Jessica Gaffin, case number 21W001858. The citation was issued on July 11th of this year on West Michigan Avenue at or near Hewitt Road, cited at 1 to 5 miles per hour of the speed limit. Deputy Richardson, are you ready to proceed, or did you have any proposed resolution at this time?
I would offer impeded traffic.
Hi, ma'am. The deputy's offering in exchange for you admitting responsibility to impeding traffic, which is a non-moving violation, carries no points. He would dismiss the original citation of speeding at 1 to 5 over the speed limit. Impeding traffic does carry a $180 fine. Did you want to accept his offer?
With no points, right?
0 points, won't even show up on your driving record.
Yes, I'll take the 180.
Okay. Give me just a second to make some notes. I'll tell you what the next in just a second, okay?
Okay.
All right. For the purpose of today's hearing, you are admitting responsibility to impeding traffic on July 11th of this year on Michigan Avenue in Slane Township. Is that correct?
Correct.
Will accept the admission responsibility that results in a dismissal of the original citation of speeding 1 to 5 miles per hour speed limit, and does carry a $180 fine. Are you able to pay that online today, or do you need time to pay it?
I'm sorry, say that last part one more time.
Really? Are you able to pay that online today, or do you need time to pay it?
I can pay it online today.
Okay. So what'll happen in the next few hours, you should get another email from the court, same email address as the link came to you in today. And that'll have the link to our online payment system. Once you have that, that'll be your indication either we've updated our records, you can go ahead and make that payment, okay?
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, you're all set. Stay safe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Koski, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Excellent. Yes, we can now. Okay. Perfect. All right. Phillips Lane Township versus Brendan Koski, case number 21W002090. This citation was issued on July 30th of this year on Ford at or near Forest for fail to stop in the assured clear distance. Deputy, are you ready to proceed today, or did you have a proposed resolution?
Impeded traffic.
Mr. Koski, the deputy is offering in exchange for you admitting responsibility to impeding traffic, a 0-point non-moving violation. It will not appear on your driving record and carries a $180 fine. He would dismiss the original citation of failed to stop in the assured clear distance. Did you want to accept his offer?
Yes, I will.
Let me make some notes. I'll tell you what we'll do next here in just a second, okay?
Sure.
Mr. Koski, for the purpose of today's hearing, you are admitting responsibility to impeding traffic July 30th of this year on South Ford Boulevard. Is that correct?
Correct.
Will accept the admission responsibility that results in a dismissal of the original citation of failed to stop in the assured clear distance. The fine is $180. Are you able to pay that online today, or do you need time to pay it?
I may need time to pay it, though. Is there a link to be able to do that online?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last thing you said.
Will there be like a link provided to pay
Yeah,
that
yeah.
online?
So yeah, in a couple of hours, within a couple of hours, the court will email you a new email with the link to the online payment system. How much time do you think you need to pay it?
I'm honestly unsure. However, I might be able to work out an agreement for today.
Okay. I'll put a pay by date of September 3rd on this. If you can pay it, anytime you can pay it between now and September 3rd, go ahead and do so. Like I said, the email will come today, but you'll have until September 3rd to make that payment. If for any reason that September 3rd approaches, you're unable to make that payment, just contact the court and let us know what's going on, and we can likely give an extension at that point in time. But if you can get it paid before September 3rd, then it's all done and closed. Okay.
That sounds good. I think I can make that work.
All right, Mr. Koski, you're all set. Stay safe. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you great. Good morning.
Good morning.
Fred Nitz.
Yes, sir.
Phillips Lane Township versus Fred Nitz, case number 21W002035. This citation was on July 26th of this year on Bemis at or near Hitchingham, cited at 1 to 5 miles per hour with the speed limits. Deputy, are you ready to proceed, or did you have a proposed resolution at this time?
I would offer impeded traffic.
Okay. Mr. Nitz, the deputy is offering you in exchange for you admitting responsibility to impeding traffic, which is a non-moving violation, carries 0 points, and will not appear on your driving record. He would dismiss the speeding citation. Impeding traffic carries a $180 fine. Did you want to accept his offer?
Yes.
Okay, let me make some notes. I'll tell you what we'll do next in just a second, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right, sir, for the purpose of today's hearing, you are admitting responsibility to impeding traffic on July 26th of this year on East Bemis and Ypsilanti Township. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Court will accept the admission responsibility that results in a dismissal of the speeding citation, fine imposed of $180. Can you pay that online today, or do you need some time to pay it?
I need some time, sir. I was just in a fatality accident this morning.
Okay, how much time do you think you need?
What next week?
Next week.
I could pay it next Friday
Next Friday?
if that's
Okay.
if that's
Yeah,
okay with you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, we'll put a pay by date on there, September 20, or excuse me, August 20, give you a little cushion on that. As long as it's paid in full by that date, you don't need to worry about it. If something happens between now and the 20th, and you're still unable to pay it, just contact the court, let us know what's going on, and we can likely extend it from that point as well, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right, watch your email for the link to the payment. Like I said, anytime between now and August 20, just go ahead and follow that link and make that payment, all right?
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, you're all set. Stay safe, okay?
All right. You too. Thank you.
But I'm gonna go outside.
Okay.
Now we're to the people I don't know who they are. Let's see. Good morning. Your name, please?
Jessica Lane.
Lane. Thank you, Miss Lane. Let me find your ticket here. Here we go. Good morning. I'm Mark Nelson, the magistrate presiding over the hearing today, and we have Deputy Richardson on the call as well. All right, although I need Deputy Roberts. So let me get the right deputy in. Hang on a second, ma'am.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh, I apologize. I had the wrong deputy in the hearing space with us, so I'm just getting the correct deputies in here to deal with this one.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, give them just a second to connect here. All right, Deputy Roberts, you with us?
I am.
Okay, excellent. All right, and Deputy Shires?
Yes.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay.
Morning.
Phillips Lane Township versus Jessica Lanes, case number 21W001867. This citation was issued on July 12th of this year on I-94 at or near Michigan Avenue for improper passing. All right. Deputy Roberts, who's lead between you and Deputy Shires on this matter?
Deputy Shires.
Okay, thank you. All right, morning, Deputy Shires. Are you ready to proceed this morning, or did you have a proposed resolution to the matter at this time?
Ready to proceed.
Okay. Ms. Lane, with a civil infraction, you have three options available to you. Your first option is to admit responsibility without an explanation. In other words, simply want to pay the citation and be done with it. The court can give time to pay if needed. The second option is to admit responsibility with an explanation. The court will take the explanation into consideration. Should there be any mitigating factors in that explanation, that may be taken into consideration with regard to fines and costs. The court, however, has no discretion with regard to points in your license. That is a function of the Secretary of State. Or your third option is to deny responsibility. If you choose to deny responsibility, the court will then take sworn testimony both from the deputies and yourself. And based upon a preponderance, which is a standard of proof, meaning roughly 51% to either side, the court will then make a determination as to whether or not you are responsible for the civil infraction. Do you have any questions with regard to these three options?
No.
And how do you wish to proceed today?
I believe I wish to proceed with option 2 and kind of explain what happened. There were kind of a lot of things happening that morning.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us what happened.
So that morning we were driving on 23 and there was an accident. So a lot of the traffic was stopped. Outside of that, we were headed to an emergency procedure for my husband. I also am a nurse and was on call. I worked all day and then was on call, got called in all night. So that was another mitigating factor. But I was stressed trying to get him to a procedure that morning as well. So that played into everything happening. But all the traffic stopped. And then I was waiting patiently there. And then as proceeding forward, there was a semi truck that got over, basically started yielding over on me. And I just felt like that is what happened. I know that I shouldn't have went over into the shoulder, but I felt like that semi was kind of yielding over on top of me. And then I proceeded over in the shoulder, and I should have just stopped and waited and then got back over. But I think just given the circumstance, I was tired and stressed. I didn't want them to cancel my husband's procedure. I kept kind of going forward. I knew there were cars stopped there and I knew I needed to get back over. But the semi was also yielding over on me. So I think I was going like 4 or 5 miles an hour and I was still advancing. I should have come to a complete stop, waited, and then got back over. But that semi was yielding over on me. And so that's why I even proceeded into the shoulder at all.
Okay. And did you let the deputies know what was going on that morning?
I believe I did. I mean, I think the only thing I didn't tell them was that I was a nurse. That's here nor there. They're doing their jobs too. I think looking back on it, I was really stressed and still trying to get him there and thinking about it as well that morning. I was telling my husband, like, I hope they don't cancel you. I hope they don't cancel you. So I think the priority that morning was just, I was worried about getting my husband there. And like with COVID and everything, he has a huge medical history and he's a 100% disabled veteran and he's been through hell. So I just didn't want him to have to suffer and wait for another procedure. And so I think that was just at the foresight of my thinking that morning. And so I probably should have taken time and told them that, but I think I was like pretty abrupt with them that morning too. But I also had worked like 12 hours and then got home for an hour and then got called right back in to recover a couple emergency cases out of the OR too.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Lane. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Deputy, I'm not asking you to lay out what you observed or anything like that. I was just checking to see if you have any response to her explanation.
So I think what really rubbed me the wrong way is that, so initially I didn't walk up. Initially Deputy Roberts walked up and I kind of walked up later. And as I walked up, from my observation, he was on the passenger side. I walked up on the driver's side. And she was like, it appeared she was rolling the window up on me. And I was kind of like, we got back to the car and I was kind of like, what happened? Because I couldn't hear because the driver's side window had been rolled up. So I was kind of like, what happened? And he was like, well, I don't remember exactly what he said. You'd ask him. But then, so I ended up just writing her the citation. And then as I was walking up to the vehicle, I was explaining the ticket, kind of explaining like you have 10 days to take care of it type thing. And then I was kind of explaining since there was so much traffic, I was going to pull out so that she could proceed like in front of me so that I could stop all the lanes behind. And that's when she started saying she was a nurse. And then she then basically said to me, I hope you never show up in my ER. And that's what really rubbed me the wrong way.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. I didn't, that's, okay, all right. Okay, Ms. Lane, court's taking your explanation into consideration, and given the circumstances, although, you know, riding the shoulder does cause obvious problems, and cause an accident, so you can't 100% condone the behavior, but we'll take the explanation into consideration, and the court will reduce the fine to a $90 fine. Are you able to pay that online today, or do you need some time to pay it?
I can pay it online as long as I get the link, or however, I don't know how you do it. I can call or I can pay it however I need to pay it.
So what will happen next is probably in the next hour or two, you should receive a new email from the court with the online payment link. That'll be your indication the court's updated its records and made the amount payable to $90. So once you receive that link, you just follow that information and go ahead and click on that and take care of it from there, okay?
With reducing it to that, do I still get points on my record? I think that was my biggest worry because I don't have anything on my record, and that was my biggest concern.
Yeah, unfortunately, as I indicated, the court has no discretion on points, and without an offer from the deputy, there would be no mitigation of the points. But that being said, there are most offenses, depending on your driving record, will be eligible to Secretary of State for their mitigation program. So if you're eligible, you get a letter from Secretary of State. You should get that shortly, indicating you're eligible for their points removal program. And I think it's essentially an online class you would just run through, and they would take the points off after completion of that if you're eligible. And Secretary of State will notify you that if you are. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, ma'am. Stay safe. Thank you. Okay. Deputy Roberts, I believe that was all for you today. Is that right?
I believe so, sir.
Okay. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. At the moment, I'm out of defendant, so we'll give people a few minutes to show up here. So, Mr. Wright, is it Rifey or Rife?
Rife.
Right. Thank you. Good morning. Your defendant hasn't appeared quite yet. We'll give her a moment or two to appear. Okay. Deputy Richardson, you still there?
Yes.
One of yours is was an adjournment from a previous date from Mr. Miller. Did he bring you anything on a prescription or remove his tent? Do you know?
I'm sorry. Hold on. I got to turn up my volume. I'm sorry. Now say that again.
Sure. One of yours is an adjournment from a previous date with Charles Miller. Did he contact you with his prescription or anything?
I have not heard anything from a Charles Miller.
Okay. All right. Let me see if I can get him on the telephone.
Hello?
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Good morning. It's Magistrate Nelson, 14B District Court. We had you on our docket this morning on your window tint case.
Yes.
All right. You ready to proceed on that?
Yes. Well, we jumping a little early.
We're
We
just
want to
gonna,
jump on a little early because I know you said 11, right?
we had you on at 10 o'clock. Were you expecting 11?
No. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I could jump on if you are we doing it on the phone? I didn't know.
You know what? I do
We're
apologize.
doing it on
I
Zoom.
don't think this is.
Mr. Miller, I apologize. You are at 11 o'clock. I have a different deputy in the courtroom with me right now. Not the one for your case. I do apologize. Yes, we're 11 o'clock.
It's okay.
I will see you at 11. Sorry about that.
All righty. Yeah, all right.
Let me try one that actually belongs to you.
Thank you for calling AAA. Please hold. Sorry about your wait. We're going to take your name and number and put you on a callback list. There's a couple callers in front of you.
Actually,
Have your name?
I'm the magistrate at 14B District Court. I'm trying to reach Arian Forbes.
Hi, yes, this is he.
You had a hearing this morning at 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock. I thought it was noon. Let's see here. Is it too late for me to log on?
We can do it on phone, or if you want to log in, whichever you prefer.
Okay, I can do it by phone.
Okay. All right. We'll call the case now then. Phillips Sunny Township is Arian Forbes, case number 21W001747. Citation issued on July 4th of this year on Rawsonville Adenir Grove for fail to yield. Deputy Richardson, are you ready to proceed, or do you have a proposed resolution?
Impeded traffic.
Mr. Forbes, the deputy is offering in exchange to you admitting responsibility to impeding traffic. He would dismiss the original citation of fail to yield. Impeding traffic is a non-moving violation, carries no points, and will not appear on your driving record. It does come with a $180 fine. Did you want to accept his offer?
Yes, I will.
Let me make a couple of notes. I'll tell you what the next in just a second, okay?
Okay.
Mr. Forbes, for purpose of today's hearing, you're admitting responsibility to impeding traffic on July 4th on Russellville Road in Ypsilanti Township. Is that correct?
Yes.
Or accept the admission responsibility that results in a dismissal of the failed to yield citation and carries a $180 fine. Are you able to pay that online today, or do you need time to pay it?
I can pay online today.
Okay, the court will email you a link probably in about an hour or so with the new with the online payment system information. Once you receive that email, it's your indication that we've updated our records, and you can go ahead and make that payment. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, you're all set. Stay safe, sir.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, Deputy, I believe that's all we had for you today. Have a good day. Mr. Reif, I'll try to call your defendant now.
The person you are calling cannot accept calls at this time.
Try to key that in, right?
The person you are calling.
Ypsilanti Township, Virginia Rushlow, case number 21T11265. All right, defendants failed to appear. We're unable to get the defendant on the telephone. Did you want a default judgment in this matter?
I'm not sure what that means.
Okay. So when a defendant fails to appear for a case, you can request a default judgment, meaning that we would enter the judgment against the defendant for the amount owed on the citation, and would send them a notice if they needed to pay that amount.
Yes,
Or
definitely.
if you want to do something different with it, it's your ticket. You can dismiss it. You can ask us to adjourn it to let the person show up at a later date. These are all things that people have done in the past with tickets. It's up to you.
I would like to default judgment, please.
Okay. Defendants failed to appear at default judgment letter. All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Have a good day, Ms. Kesseline.
Thank you, sir.